Computer. All right, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Market Pulse. Okay, it is about 12 o'clock on the dot, and let's just a follow up from this morning's brew setups and see what's going down. So, this morning we said that let's dive in. We're going to basically use the 15-minute time frame. If this is your first time, we're using real simple tools. It's in the description. 50-day moving average, MACD, supply and demand. And let's see where the opportunities lie. So we did some setups this morning. We didn't expect big runs. However, some setups did work out. So let's dive in. This morning we talked about how the S&P 500 is 4596, 4600 is a big wall. So I wouldn't expect big runs unless we can get beyond the wall. So if we can get beyond the wall, then I think that we're going to see some runs, some sprints. However, not really seeing any like major runs or sprints right now. We are seeing movement and some good opportunities for some trades. However, like give you dive in. So this morning we saw, right here, 45.80. It bounced, and where is it going to go? It's probably going to go back to the previous highs of 45.97, which we did, and that was a nice opportunity there if you were looking for a trade. Again, it bounced off of zero. We have been consolidating. We've been going sideways for the last 3 days. So it's just, if you're going to trade these, you have to trade the levels because we are going sideways. Okay. But again, we seem to be holding this 45.70 area and 45.97. So those are the areas that we've been kind of consolidating. 45.80 is above the 50-day moving average. So if you don't feel comfortable trading this way, don't do it. Only do what's right for you. However, we're going to look at the overall indices to see what part of the range we're in. Currently, we're in the upper range on the S&P 500. So unless we break through, if something is setting up right now, we need to break through for things to kind of go higher, just higher probability. Okay, so now the Nasdaq, same type of thing. We've been consolidating here. It's been creeping up higher. Nice zero bounce here, bounce up here, going to the previous day's highs. Just consolidating. We're at the upper range of yesterday's high, so just make sure that you're aware of that on the so when you trade the text, you understand what part of the range you're in, and should you be, if you're in a trade, should you be holding on or maybe locking in some gains? Okay, if you're trading for today. Russell, same type of thing. We are breaking. We're at the highs of yesterday. So can we go higher now with the notes creeping up? Bank stocks will do better. Goldman's only down 56 cents. So it's holding that 414 area. The VIX is at 1643. So we're kind of the same. Apple down $3.75. Okay. So all right, so let's keep that in mind. So again, we had a little bit of a run, right, from the 50 to the highs, and we're going to show you that in our stocks that we're going to cover. Now we have two more runs. However, time is running out. If you're trading options for today, or if you have maybe a month or 2 months out, and you're looking to just capitalize on some profits, just realize that we have two more runs for this week. So we have the afternoon run, and then the after lunch run, and then we have the closing run. Okay, so. Alphabet, we had this run, so we did set this up this morning. I told you something big was cooking. It was setting up. Yesterday, I'm sorry, Alphabet, Google took a day off from a monster run, right? All the money went into Amazon and to Shopify. And Tesla didn't get any money, but it went sideways. So now we're having an inside day. We had an inside day yesterday, right? And then today it was just right there. If I zoom in, you can see what the setup was. MACDs were going up higher. We're showing momentum was starting to creep up. We're above the 50, and it showed us it was probably going to go. Now, where was it going to go? More likely, it was going to break yesterday's highs, which it did, and then it's going to go probably to the day before, right? But these levels are pretty hard up here. So if we notice, let's go back over here. It did it in the same time that the Nasdaq moved up, broke the 50. Broke a little bit around the same time. Also, the S&P 500. So everything was in conjunction. Why you would take that trade? Because money was going from Amazon back into Google. So we saw that. Now, can Google break through? That's a big question. It still seems positive. The premiums are pretty high up there, but this is a pretty difficult level. However, if it breaks this level, I know for a fact that there are a lot of bears right above, right there. So if it breaks through and there's a battle between bulls and bears, those bears are going to be forced to cover. So you'll be having a pop. Now, the next level that the bears are going to come in is 3,000. So watch that. It's a very hard round number, but it's just going to be a battle. So are they going to take it up on Fridays? Now, Google's known to run on Fridays, so anything's possible. But again, you know, if you're going to lock in those gains, lock in those gains. I took that trade this morning, and it was out pretty quick, and I'm out. Okay, so Amazon tried to run. So this morning I said, okay, watch this level here because they could try to take it back up. It looks like somebody's trying to take it back up. So could Amazon rip? Now, Amazon is sitting at that right below the 200-day moving average on the dailies. Oh, no, I'm sorry. A 200-day moving average is at 3325. We are currently at 3334. So somebody's bringing it up above the 200-day moving average. Now, the way this is acting, despite it could look like they want to rip it up. So if we break S&P 500 next week, 4,600, Amazon will probably run up to where it was this week. Just it's a big if, all right? There's a lot of missing. You got to watch a lot of things here. However, if we sell off from the 4,600 area, then techs are going to go higher. So there's a lot of ifs here, but watch Amazon. Someone is holding that thing up. So and it's not running, but it's holding. Okay. Tesla tried to go, but there's a lot of sellers up at that previous day's high here, right? We called it 1095, 1100. Every time I tried to go this morning, and the sellers took it down. So they took it down. It's trying to go lower. Again, is trying to shake out those sellers up there. So there's a big battle here. Let's see who's going to win. But the sellers are coming in. They're battling for that ground. Will they shake it out? Now, the premiums are pretty high. So the market maker is expecting a big move on this thing for next week. Their premiums. Now, you know, it's had a nice rally. So let's see who wins. If it pops, right? If it pops, it's probably going to go to 1120, 1126 pretty fast. What it does from there, I don't know. But watch it. Watch it if you want to trade it. It's remember, we are at the upper range of this rally. So just know it becomes a lower probability trade, but so trade less. That's that's what I would do. Okay, ISRG. This is a little bit better. It's been creeping up. This is a sleeper, been creeping up on us all week. So if you notice, this was Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. So as of Monday, right, 340 to 357. So you had a 17-point rip this week. Is a slow mover, right? Slow mover after earnings. Just was last week, and it started to creep up after it split. So keep this on your horizon. Again, we had an entry here at the well. If I zoom in here, right, we had an entry right here. Not ideal. We like to see it bounce off to 50, but it's creeping up. Again, broke these levels of yesterday's size at 356. Chipotle, again, it's basing. Again, it looks it's coming back to the 50. It has been going sideways, right? It's at we seeing can it break through this high here of the 1780, 88? Can it break that, right? Then we have 1800 on top. They've been holding it down. It's, I think it's done going down, but just watch it. Watch those levels. It looks like it probably could run if the S&P breaks, right? So that's a big if. This is what I mean. We're going to add things together. S&P breaks up. This will probably break up with it. So if it breaks down, it's probably not going to run. But they're holding it, which is good. Okay, so now let's move on. MicroStrategies, again, just trading Bitcoin. It's whipsaw action, just kind of like going up and down. So you just got to watch it. If Bitcoin goes up over the weekend, this will probably gap up, but it's holding that 708, 710 area. It looks like it just rallied right here. And again, it's just Bitcoin. It had earnings yesterday, it seems like, or today. I can't get a good read on this, but it's just Bitcoin dependent. Okay, Shopify, we talked about this morning. They want to bring it back up. So we had a nice rally here. This is what I'm talking about. Nice zero bounce off of here. Where's it going to go? So if you're in this trade right now, because that's an entry, that's a viable entry, right? Then you're going to watch for 1500, right? That's pretty big. 1506. If it gets to 1506 and stops, then you're out of the trade. You made a nice profit. Done. Or maybe you get out before. Or if it hits 1506 and runs, maybe you can get out, maybe get back in for next week's or a month, whatever you do. But at least you locked in some gains, and take those gains and get into another play with profits, not with your own money, right? Not with the money that you got into the trade. So that's the way to play it if you want to take the trade, or just lock in those gains and start fresh next week. But we have an entry there. This is what I mean. If we start breaking and the S&P's closes at 45.98, this could drive this one up. Netflix, I told you this morning, watch what? 676. Somebody's bringing it up. It bounced today, has a nice zero bounce before, and it's off to 680. Now, you only have 4 points there, right? It's not ripping because we haven't broken highs yet on the major indices. If we break these highs, then you're going to start noticing that this is probably going to run. Okay, Roku, earnings announcement, they're bringing it lower, but it's holding. It's not selling off, right? Somebody just keep it in this area above 300, 315. It's got earnings coming up. So I think next week you'll probably see this thing running. But again, there is some selling pressure at this 321. There's the SPX about to rip. Okay. And that's the good thing about Tradingview, guys. You can set alerts, and that way, people say, how do you see all these things? When I hit the alert at certain levels, then that's when I start acting on. But guys, 323 on Roku and 321. Those are hard levels right now on Roku. They're taking it down, but it's not selling off pretty hard. Okay. NVIDIA, this was a sleeper I gave today. This was a pre-market mover. It's at 249, right? I said 251, 251. Watch it. I got a lot of news pending, and it's going higher. So this is running on a Friday. So I think the news is coming out pretty soon. Somebody knows something. So it's driving it up. We have the MACD zero bounce right here. A zero. This is what I mean ideal if you're trading this system. 15-minute time frame, bounced off the zeros. I mean, buyers are coming in. We have conviction buying, momentum's going to the upside, and can you make some money there? Okay, so I think so. So if you just have to be patient and know your levels and know when you want to buy. But this was one that we did this morning, and it worked out. Mercado Libre, I said that this morning the level to watch is 15.29. We haven't gone close to it. They're driving it back down. Again, it didn't go back down as low. Is the Amazon of South America. So Amazon is going up, so they're holding it. But let's see what happens. The overall market, all right, S&P is at 4,600. We hit our mark for the week. This week we hit it. So is it going to hold? I don't know. All right, so now Apple, they're driving Apple back up. So Apple is up. So this is probably why the S&P is up. Okay, so Apple's up, right? And we have Goldman Sachs down only 25 cents. Okay, so watch that. So Apple, can it drive it up back up to 151? Probably. Just take a look at that and let's see what happens there. Oil, just below the 50-day moving average. They're driving it down. It's trying to base. Let's see if we can get above 214. Okay. HubSpot. Goldman Sachs. Okay, Goldman is rallying, right? So Goldman's down only 21 cents. It was down earlier. Above the 50, can it break yesterday's highs at 415? If it does, we stay higher. All right. Okay. Affirm is the layaway plans for Christmas. I think this is probably going to do very, very well. Had a very volatile start, but we got some headwinds here. So if you want an entry, you got an entry today. Right there at 159, 160. You're sitting at 163. Not much, but it's just holding. There's a lot of headwinds up on top. Upstart can't get through that 337. A lot of headwinds up there. Okay, a lot of headwinds. Tried to go this morning, couldn't go, and the MACDs told you it was declining. HubSpot just going sideways. Let's move on. MasterCard rallying off the lows yesterday. Actually, these guys had really great earnings report. Great. They said the right things. It's just has a market decided to take this up? They haven't decided yet. Okay. Travel booking still below the 50, kind of holding. Let's see what happens at this area, 24.31. What else do we have here? We have, okay, so now is at all-time highs. These guys came out with great numbers. If it can take out 693, I don't know if it's going to take it out today or next week, it can run. So put this on your list. If it takes that out all-time highs, these guys are doing great numbers, great earnings report. It just, the market is not selling off, but it's not taking it up either. So just, again, we can't get ahead of ourselves. We can't move the markets. We have to wait to see where the momentum plays are at. This is what I mean. This is a waiting game right now. We're right there. We're right there. So as soon as momentum shifts, right, it's above the 50, and I think it's going to shift once we break that. Once you break that, it'll shift because then momentum, there'll be a lot of bears trapped up there. Coinbase rallying on Bitcoin. I think this one has a date with 400 coming up soon. Maybe not today, but next week. All right, so that's all we have today. Let me look what's over here. Okay, S&P right here. This is the dailies. We're right there. We're holding up. We're not selling off. The NDX not selling off. There's still a little bit of juice here on the MACDs. This is the dailies. Russell trying to go a little weaker here, but for Friday, that's pretty good. VIX is coming down, right? We're at 1650. MACDs are going down. It might break the 50. If it does, that's positive, right? S&P's up. The Treasury notes try to rally today, but going down. This is good for tech. MACDs are going lower. So if this is momentum starting to go lower, that's good for techs in a short-term time frame. Okay, there it is. There's the VIX. We could start seeing a pop. Google might be setting up. All right, guys, that's all we got. Go out there, go get it. It was an amazing week. If you like this, press that like button, share it. Let's all build abundance together. And I'll see you guys next week. All right, take care. Bye-bye.